As any gamer worth their stock will know, completing a game, especially in this day and age, takes skill, persistence, intelligence, and in a lot of cases, a boatload of time as well. Players will often play AAA titles for over 40 hours and won't see everything the game has to offer. Plus, most games these days will cover a core storyline that lasts at least 20 hours, and that's without stopping to smell the roses. However, despite developers and their aim to keep players entertained for as long as possible, there are groups of gamers called speedrunners. These gamers meticulously pick apart games, optimize their paths through in-game environments, use glitches and abuse mechanics to skip entire segments, and in general, leave the game broken and embarrassed as they cross the proverbial finish line in record time. This phenomenon has been around since the infancy of gaming, but since then, whole conventions have been formed to showcase the skills of these runners. Games Done Quick, or GDQ, being the holy grail of such expos. So with this in mind, we thought we would show you some of the most mind-blowing, game-breaking, and outstandingly skillful speedruns in history. Here are 5 incredible speedruns you need to see to believe. Number 1. The Outer Wilds, any %. If you've seen our video on every single Annapurna interactive game ranked, which you totally should if you haven't, you'll be aware of the outstandingly ambitious indie title Outer Wilds. This game has the player explore a solar system and gather clues to work out just why the world keeps ending, keeping players in an infinite time loop that resets every 20 minutes. It's an incredible concept. Each aspect of the solar system is interwoven thoughtfully, and for a normal player, you could expect to play over 20 hours before you come at the conclusion. Well, a speedrunner called Beetle managed to absolutely demolish this game using precise parkour, wall skips, tactical deaths, an optimized flight path, and many other techniques to finish this explorative indie classic in just over 10 minutes, setting a world record time of 10 minutes 58 seconds. IGN even recently posted a video having the developers and creative leads behind the game watch as their passion project was torn to shreds in mere minutes. You can hear the bewilderment while they watch helplessly as Beetle zooms through their solar system. It's an absolute must-see, so be sure to treat yourself. Number 2. Super Mario 64 100% Run. It wouldn't be a speedrun list without mentioning arguably the most popular speedrun game of all time, Super Mario 64. Since its release in 1996, the world record for this run has changed hands many times. However, as of 2020, one man has held the record for this iconic 3D platformer. A runner called Simply has perfected this run, optimizing Mario's path, learning how to time his various jumps and flips with effortless fluidity, and using a variety of clever skips to cut time wherever he can. Where most players would spend anywhere from 10 to 20 hours beating this game without collecting all the stars, Simply goes one better, collecting all the stars within the game and doing it in a mere 1 hour and 38 minutes. The pace, precision, and raw talent present in this run are staggering. So if you haven't seen it, be sure to take some time and see one of our favorite childhood games ripped apart. Number 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Proud Mode Level 1, All Data Bosses Run. If you've seen a GDQ Kingdom Hearts run, you may remember runners pausing through the gummy missions to sing Disney show tunes before sitting back down to clear the entire game at a breakneck speed. However, the most impressive speedrun within the Kingdom Hearts community belongs to a runner called Bloody Biscuits. This guy entered the Cavern of Remembrance, where you can fight the hardest versions of each of Organization 13, and he manages to clear each of them in a mind-boggling 25 minutes 59 seconds. When you take into account the difficulty of each of these fights, it's more than impressive, but when you add into the mix that he was also playing on the hardest difficulty mode, and that his character was level 1, meaning that one hit would completely deplete their health, then that sends this run to new levels of insane. If you can spare 25 minutes, be sure to check this one out. Number 4. The Last of Us, any %. Next up, we have a run from a runner called Anthony Caliber. Now, many of you will remember The Last of Us to be a game that created a cinematic experience like no other, had the player go through one of the most incredibly well-written gaming narratives ever, and played host to a number of fun combat and stealth mechanics that offered a pretty harsh and testing environment for players to navigate. Well, what if we told you that Anthony cut right through all that like a knife through butter and completed the whole campaign in just 2 hours, 53 minutes, 43 seconds? What's more impressive is that this run was done with absolutely no game-breaking glitches, abusive bugs, or anything that a normal gamer on a standard playthrough wouldn't have access to. It's a run based on the player's skill and knowledge of the game, and it's riveting to watch from start until the end. Just don't expect the story to have anywhere near as much emotional effect if you do choose to tune into this one. Number 5. Dark Souls, any percent. Then lastly, we have the game that urged the player to die and die again in the pursuit of completing this title. Of course, we're referring to From Software's modern classic, Dark Souls. This harsh but fair title is one of the most notoriously difficult titles in existence, with most casual players failing to get anywhere near the end of this game thanks to the brutal bosses and hostile environments. So it may come as a surprise when you hear that the world record speedrunner for this game, Catalyst, managed to run this game in just 29 minutes, 54 seconds. That's under half an hour, which is simply outrageous. The run consists of the player making use of souls in a very tactical fashion, using a massive skip to enter Sen's fortress well ahead of time, and running most of the game as an underleveled and naked warrior. It's equal parts impressive and bizarre, and exactly what you should be spending your time watching. So if you want a lesson on how to make Dark Souls look like a kid's game, look no further. And that's our list of 5 speedruns that you need to see to believe. Which of these runs was your favorite? Are there any that you would have liked to have seen included in this list? Do you want to see a part 2? Let us know in the comments section below, and be sure to subscribe with notifications so you don't miss any of our content moving forward. Also, before you click away, if you want to support the channel for free and keep the content you love coming, why not do so by buying some games that you like? That's right, through just following our affiliate links in the description, you can support the channel by shopping for games at no extra cost to you. You can also support us for free using creator code /tag VeryAli at checkout in the Epic Games Store or Fortnite's in-game store. All donations through the links in the description are also hugely appreciated. You've been watching VeryAli Gaming, and we will see you very soon.